Welcome to another episode of Sanctuary Radio. This is a podcast brought to you by Sanctuary Recovery Centers. All right, it's Happy Friday from Sanctuary Recovery Centers. Here we are, another podcast, just a great Friday afternoon to get everybody on. You know, in this episode, man, we just want to give all of our listeners across the world just a quick update on what we got going on. But first and foremost, my co-host, Hailey. Welcome. There she is. And Hailey is live from Oklahoma. Where is Oklahoma at, Hailey?
Well, it's about 2 states east of Arizona, and I'm actually in a little town called Elk City, and I kind of live on a little farm with a huge lake on our property, and we got lots of cows and goats and dogs and, you know, just the whole nine.
Well, that sounds like a whole lot of just cleaning up to do. I mean, you got to maintain those animals. I mean,
yes. The goats are the hardest to maintain. They eat everything and they eat all the time. So,
well, you know, I've sponsored a lot of men and done a lot of fist steps, and I have to say there's been a couple goats involved.
Oh God, I don't even want to know. I knew that was coming.
Well, you know, for all of our listeners, you know, people have been coming in here and they want to know where Hailey's at, and you know, people call me, they haven't seen you, the business development reps and all your friends and everyone, the relationships you've created. They're always saying, you know, where's Hailey at? So why don't you just give all of our listeners a quick update on you personally, and you know, what brought you out to Oklahoma, you know, what you're doing out there, and ultimately, what's it like working remotely from Oklahoma? So why don't you just give all of our listeners a quick update?
Yeah, so I actually got married, and I took a chance and came out to Oklahoma, and it's been wonderful. The kids are adjusting well. I'm adjusting well. Mainly my goal, this is like a temporary thing with Sanctuary, which I super am appreciative for Joey and the team allowing this to happen. But I'm going to start doing some business development out here. There's a need out in Oklahoma, and there's not a lot of resources for mental health out here. And I believe they are the leading state for incarcerated women. So my main goal is to come out here and bring recovery, you know, and just kind of extend the Sanctuary hand a couple states away.
Couple states away east, right?
Yeah.
Did you say east or west?
East.
Okay.
East. Get on the I-40 east and you'll hit the town I'm in. About 12 and a half hours.
And if you blink, you go right through it?
Yeah, exactly. If you don't know where you're going, you'll miss it. Except for it's got the largest Walmart in the state of Oklahoma. So.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, we miss you. I'll tell you that. We miss seeing you every day. But it's just, you know, to expand Sanctuary. I mean, that's our ultimate goal. True healing, continued care. We want to bring that everywhere. That is our goal. And, you know, we're continuing to expand here in the Valley, you know, so we both, you know, wanted to take the opportunity for all of our listeners, man, just to thank everybody who attended our grand opening of our newest facility, the Rose Garden. Yep. It's a beautiful facility, and we're just so excited about it. You know, Hailey, and I know that, you know, we've all blood, sweat, and tears on this property, man, getting it open. But what are you most excited for about the Rose Garden property?
Honestly, I'm excited for the collab with my parents. You know, I kind of whispered this in their ear, and to see it come from me just kind of, you know, planting the seed of like, let's start a treatment center, to like seeing it actually happening is the most beautiful thing to me. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, and I know that it's something that my mom's wanted to do. And so just to see it like flourish into this like beautiful facility, and it's, you know, just everything just come to light, I'm just super excited about it. Yeah,
I mean, there's so many different reasons why I'm excited. You know, do you know what goals you have that you don't achieve? You know what those are?
Pipe dreams?
Yeah, good ideas, right?
Yeah.
And I've had plenty of goals I didn't achieve. I've had plenty of good ideas, you know, but this one, the Sanctuary team coming together to set this goal, to open this property, what I'm most excited is just to see it just come full circle from, you know, the very, very beginning stages, taking that first tour of the property and just getting an overall view of it, to now the grand opening and getting ready to accept clients next week. That's what I'm so excited to see for, and we've all worked so hard, but ultimately to have the ability, because people call you all the time, and we're full the majority of the time. We don't just hang up on people, right? What do we do when someone calls and we're full, Hailey? What do we do?
We usually refer them out to other facilities, and when we do the referral process, we make sure that it's facilities that we have toured personally, or that we're working with in the community closely. And so that's what the partnerships in the community are for, is so when we're full, we can refer them out to trusted partners in the community.
And you do an excellent job doing that, but this is going to give the sanctuary recovery centers, just, plural, it's going to give us more opportunities to provide that top level of care that we provide, and so many other facilities do provide that care.
Exactly.
But we have the ability to take more people, and we're continuing to expand and grow. And we have this other property, the Desert Cove property, and it is a crazy story. This Desert Cove property, I just want to share a little. It's insane, right? So I'll let you share more of it, because you actually saw the property. I was there for the phone call. So this was a property that we had that was a sober living, and thank God we had moved the clients out, right?
Exactly.
Thank God. And so this property, about a year ago in the last monsoons, was actually struck by lightning and it caught fire. And I remember I was at our residential, got a call, and Travis was there, overnight guy who's now a case manager here at the IOP clinic. He got a call. The fire department's there. The house was on fire. We're waking up Joey and Yolanda, and we're all rushing over there, and the property caught fire. Do you remember what that was like for you when that day when that property caught on fire? Because you actually went over there and saw it. Why don't you just share what that was like?
Yeah, so I remember Ashley called me. Actually, she used to work for us, Ashley Payne. And so she called me, and she was over there with Joey, and we did a walkthrough. And it is insane, like, how destroyed that house was from 2 strikes of lightning. And it's crazy to think, like, the divine intervention of God stepping in and us needing to move those clients out. I can't even remember why we moved the clients out, moving them to a different facility, I guess. And just like literally 2 or 3 days later, getting hit by lightning and catching fire. Like, that is divine intervention right there. And when I walked in, and like, I just got goosebumps. Like, it was insane. There would have been some damage there if people were in the house. Yeah,
I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, God, laws of higher power, whatever you choose to call it, but there was definitely a hand of God in that, because we had literally just moved those clients out. And I mean, it was almost not total damage, but I'd say 40-50% damage to this home. The whole roof caught on fire.
I think the most damage that I saw in the house, in the property, was from the firefighters having to spray water with their hose. And so it wasn't just fire damage. There was also water damage in almost every room. It was crazy.
Yeah. And you know what it gave us the ability to do, though, with this property, is to break it down to the bare bones and build it back. And that's what we've done. The saying, we're going to build it back better, right?
Exactly.
And that's what we've done. We built it back better. And this property is looking so good. They just laid concrete slab in the back, and we went full scale, just like we do on all of our properties. And Desert Cove is going to be open from a lightning strike and catching fire to getting ready to set a date for a grand opening. And that's just...
I'm super excited for this house. I know I've watched it from... I used to work at that property, and just to watch it, to see where it was, to see where it's going, like, I'm super excited.
Yeah, you almost won't even recognize it from what it used to be to what it is now. And so, just there's so much to be excited. We also have another property, our Bell Road property, that we're over there right now. We got the team over there putting the final touches on that.
Yep.
We're growing, we're expanding, and it's just so cool to be a part of the sanctuary dream, and working together as a team to achieve those goals and not just have good ideas. And so,
exactly.
When are you coming back? Because we need to record. It's not the same when I don't see you sitting here.
I know.
It's just not the same.
I know, you can't even see that. I just redid my hair, so it's like extra super blonde or nothing. You can't even pick on me for my teeth or anything.
I know. I can't even make fun of you because you're not sitting right here. It's just not the same. So why don't you tell all
I'm sure you could.
Yeah, And so why don't you tell everyone when you're going to be back and what's going on with the future here?
Yeah, so I'll be back in November. I'll be there for about 3 weeks, from mid-November until the first week of December. I'm super excited to be back in person and just in the office and recording podcasts and catching up with staff. I really miss you guys. That's been the hardest part about working remote. It's a blessing and a curse is what I say all the time, because I get to be home with my kids. I get to be involved. I just dropped my daughter off at cheer camp this morning, and we got basketball and rodeos and all that fun stuff. So me being able to be more involved in their lives is nice, but I miss, camaraderie. I miss seeing you guys every day. I miss laughing with, just the things that we do in the office. You know what I mean? You can't even describe it on this, but I just miss you guys. So I can't wait to be back in the office for about 3.5 weeks.
So you'll be back in November for about 3.5 weeks, and we're going to just really put the pedal to the metal with the podcast, gather a lot of content. We have a ton of new guests coming on the show. We got Kristen Day, a well-known business development rep in the industry. We got her lined up. We got Jay Dow, sober. And one thing about Jay Dow, anytime you ever say his name, you got to say his first and his last name. Jay Dow is going to be on the show. Sober music company, music therapy, in and out of rehabs and facilities. He brings music therapy, goes into the prisons, personal friend of mine. So is Kristen's, both of ours. And so those are just a couple of the guests that we have lined up, But let me ask you this, Hailey. How cool has it been to have this platform and this podcast, man? What's this podcast meant to you? Because here's the thing, the followers are coming, the reach is coming, the guests, man, everybody's reaching out. What has this podcast meant to you?
It's just kind of like what we talked about with Rose Garden. Like, we kind of just threw the idea out there, and then just to watch it flourish and be what it is has been amazing. And just being able to share our personal journey on here and goof around, you guys kind of see both of our personality in it, and then just to be able to interview my friends in the industry and get to know their story, because in business development, I know these people, but I don't really know their story. So to be able to sit down and hear the struggles that they went through, to be able to really relate with them on a non-business level is just amazing. And I just we don't have pipe dreams at Sanctuary. You know what I mean? Every time we mention something to our higher ups, they make it happen. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful place to work for, and I'm just super excited to see where it goes. Yeah,
they give us the creativity, the ability to be creative, and the tools to do it. Sharing this journey with you just meant a lot to me, and just seeing what it's becoming and the reach that we have, the followers are coming on, people from all across the nation that reach out to us, that message us, that call our emissions line, all the people we've been able to help. But for me, I think the coolest thing about it is bringing other representatives from other treatment centers into our building, onto our show, to talk about what they have going on. I think that's just something you don't see very often, because we are a team. Anyone who works in treatment, in my opinion, we're one big team, and our goal is client care, and our goal is to provide as many people the help that they so desperately need. So we're going to be back in November, but continue, for all of our followers, continue to be on the lookout on Sanctuary Recovery Centers on YouTube. Continue to watch out. Every Friday, we'll be dropping a piece of content. But like I said, Hailey will be back. She'll be back November, 3.5 weeks. We're going to be recording nonstop for all the different business development reps and companies and people that have a story, which we all do. Reach out to herself or myself and get in touch with us. Get booked, because the schedule's filling up real quick. So get in touch with us. But most importantly, if you have anyone that's desperately in need of treatment, they need recovery, you have a family member or friend that's suffering from this illness, and you want to get in touch, you have some questions, they need a bed, reach out to us. And Hailey, where can they find us?
They can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Those are all at Sanctuary Recovery Centers. And also our website, you can check out all our homes, check out our staff, just the whole 9 yard. We got a blog and everything up. It's sanctuaryrc.com.
So that's where you could find us. And Hailey, man, I miss you, and I can't wait to see you. And why don't you get out there, man? I'm sure you got to go feed the goats or the chickens or the cows or the dogs or find the kids. I'm sure you got to do one of those things. So we're not going to keep you any longer. But from everyone here at Sanctuary Recovery Centers, from everyone here that's part of our team, to all our listeners out there, we say happy Friday to you, man. Be safe and continue to do what you got to do to become the best versions of yourself on a day-to-day basis. So have a great weekend, everybody. And Hailey, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, we'll see you next time, everybody.
All right, bye.
Bye.